Hey guys, welcome to AKV and this is Vishnu. So in this illustration, an equity table is a portfolio model where in 20% of the fund value is invested in fixed income bearing instruments. The balance of 80% of dividend among all industry stocks, iron and steel, automotive industry stock, information technology stock, infrastructure company stock, and financial sector service stocks in ratio of 4 is to 3, 4 is to 2 is to 6 is to 3 is to 5. Three mutual fund X, Y, and Z offer a fund scheme based on the equistable portfolio model. The actual return of equistable portfolio of each of the three fund for the past 3 years are as following. Particulars year 1, year 2 and year 3. Particulars X, portfolio X, it would be 17.5 for year 1 and 18.7 for year 2 and 21.6 for year 3. For portfolio 1 it might be 17.2 for year 1, 18.25 for year 2 and 22.15 for portfolio Z, 17.1, 18.6 and 22. Beta factor of the equistable portfolio is measured at 1.3. Return on market portfolio indicate that 1000 invested in each 153 in a year, including capital appreciation and dividend yield. Bond generated by central government yield 4.5%. Rate the fund managers of X, Y, and Z. Okay, so going ahead with the solution, but a bit of illustration. Here in the first paragraph, there I have no relevance. Starting from second paragraph, the mutual fund X, Y, and Z, we have equistable portfolio market. So we need to compare these returns of first, second, and third year with the return or the market return of the portfolio or CAPM return. So as discussing the solution, first of all we need to compute or comparison of expected rate of return, which is CAPM method. So for the computation of CAPM, that is E the whole Rx equals RF plus beta into return of market minus risk free return, RM minus RF into beta, which will be the expected return. Risk free rate would be 4.5%. RBI fund return on market portfolio would be 15.3. That is 153 divided by 1000, and the beta of the equitable stable would be 1.35, which is given. Therefore the return or the CAPM return would be 4.5 plus 1.3 into 15.3 minus 4.5 will give you 19.08%. So CAPM return is 90.0%. Now we can compute the alpha factor. So the CAPM return would be 19.0%, and for we have in the table we have the first column as year would be 1, 2, 3, and then we have the CAPM return as 19.08. Then the actual X, so the actual return of X would be 17.35, 18.7 and 21.56. so when we deduct CAPM with actual, we will get actual minus CAPM, right? Yes, actual minus CAPM will give you the difference, which means 17.35 minus 19.08 will give you negative 1.73, and 18.7 minus 19.08 will give you negative 0.38, and 21.68 minus 19.8 will give you 2.57. Therefore the total would be 0.41, and when we compare the actual return of Y, it would be 17.2, 18.25 and 22.15. so when we deduct actual with CAPM, that is actual minus CAPM, that is 17.2 minus 19.08 negative 1.88. 18.25 minus 19.08 will give you 0.83, and 22.15 minus 19.08 will give you 3.07. There will be a positive. When we take the total, there will be a positive variance of 0.36. And when we check the mutual fund is said, it would be 17.1, 18.6, and 22 as return. When we deduct actual minus CAPM, it would be 17.1 minus 19.08, which comes as negative 1.9, and 18.6 minus 19.08 will give you negative 0.48, and 22 minus 19.08 will give you 2.97, for the total positive balance of 0.46. Now the fund X, or standard deviation of X, would be sum of ARX divided by N, which means for X it would be 0.41 divided by 3, and for Y it would be 0.36 divided by 3, and for Z it would be 0.46 divided by 3. Therefore the return would be 0.137 percentage, 0.120 percentage, and 0.153 percentage. So evaluation of equitable scheme of mutual fund is said has higher alpha, that is, it has yielded a 0.143 return than the market expectation, whereas the computed to 1.37 and 0.12 are fund X and fund Y. Therefore, the fund manager of mutual fund Z has performed better ranking on the fund manager as following. So guys, when we check the difference, so all the difference are positive, which means all the mutual fund has outperformed than market. So the security has outperformed when it is compared to market. So out of these three, it is we need to check which one is the higher. So the mutual fund Z is much higher, which is 153 when it compared to the other two. So it is the best one from these figures. Therefore, the ranking would be first one would be Z, and second one would be X, and the third one would be Y. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you are clear with this example. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe. Thank you.